Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another deadline stream. Let me know if I'm audible, and I think you guys can see me clearly. That shouldn't be a problem. Especially, please let me know if the net is fine and everything. The stream is not lagging, and all the technical issues are fine. We have some chat coming up as well. Hi Aditya, hi Karthik. People who joined, sound low. We can increase the sound, so that can happen. Thank you. The sound should be fine by now. I think yeah, perfect. Someone was saying audio good. Yeah, Anshuman, start one of Shaw, Andreas, or Nonto. Uh, I think Andreas out of the three, I maybe Andreas because Nottingham Forest at home looks like a more interesting and enticing picture to me. Aditya Jairam, let's answer your question first. You sent in a chat before the stream. Bruno to De Bruyne or Bruno plus Mahrez to Saka plus Mahrez. I want Salah for. I think, given the fact that I personally feel that Mahrez could be benched this game week, one of the games, I think De Bruyne is a much better uh, asset to go ahead with. Go for a City defender or Arsenal attacker. Arsenal attacker. Karthik Rao says Martinelli, White, and Pereira out for Odegaard, Saka, and Tarkowski for -8. I think the -8 could be pushing it too much. You can hold on. We need to realize the second game is still Manchester City. For Game Week 25, this probably works out well because there are easier fixtures for the Arsenal attack. But this game week could be a bit of a too much. I think try to minimize the hit. Bruno to De Bruyne or Mahrez for a hit. I think Kevin De Bruyne. Thoughts on Saka captaincy? I don't think you should for two reasons. One, Haaland is there, he's available, he's one of the best captaincy in terms of stats as well. Second, I think the fact that most people will still triple captain Haaland, you need that safety cover of at least having a captaincy on him. Go for a City defender or Arsenal attacker. Again, I answered it. I think go for the Arsenal attacker. Martin to Odegaard or Shaw slash Martinelli for Tarkowski slash Saka for a -4. I think if you can go for the Saka, I think I would go for the Saka move for a -4 because it sets you up for 25 very well, and I think it's a long term move. I think Saka overall is decent enough to go there. Your transfers, I have made no transfers, so I'm saving this week. I don't have a transfer to make, so I'm going to save my transfer. First bench, Nonto or Shaw. I think Nonto, and second Shaw. Andreas or Almiron. I think Andreas first. I think Andreas. Although I do feel Almiron could do well because Bournemouth are very weak on their left flank. This is something which has been explored in the past as well. And Almiron could score, but again, Almiron is absolutely out of form. Andreas has looked much better. He's closer to the goal, and he's on set pieces as well. So I think that is why Andreas for me. Kevin De Bruyne plus Martinelli plus Laporte or Mahrez, Akanji, and Odegaard. I think Kevin De Bruyne, Laporte, and Martinelli. Sell Tony or Darwin for Enketia. I think that's probably a tough one, and I would sell Tony given the fact that Darwin will have a fixture in 25 and Tony won't. What do you do with Bruno? Already have De Bruyne. So if you have Bruno like me and have De Bruyne and don't have, so in my and you don't have a slot for a third City or a third Arsenal save. If you have a slot, so go for that team. So let's say you have two City attackers, you possibly can get Mahrez. Go Bruno to Mahrez. I think if there's absolutely no way, no possibility of any move, I don't think you should touch your team around and mess around with it too much. Bruno De Bruyne will be first choice for me. I think it's the first choice transfer in my opinion. Has to be the move that you make this week. Uh, Martinelli to Odegaard on a free or save and get Saka next week. I think Martinelli to Odegaard for a free. Best Marshall replacement got Haaland and Nketiah under 9.9. Uh, that's probably a tough one. If you can get Mitrovic, I think given the fact that he plays in 25 as well, I think he's fine. Otherwise, maybe change the structure so you can go 5 in midfield and maybe change the structure, downgrade Marshall to someone and play get Mitoma, or even if you can get 3 City and 3 Arsenal attacks, that could happen. Bruno and Tony out for Kane and Podence in already have 3 Arsenal, 3 City. I don't think Podence is the best Wolves player. I don't think Wolves attackers are still very nice. If you still want to go there, I think Sarabia is probably the only one I would look at. Bruno to Saka or Odegaard? Saka. If you have the fun, Saka. Martinelli, Bruno, Tony out for Mitoma, Kane and Odegaard for -8. I wouldn't do it. Two reasons, because Mitoma blanks, and then I don't think you should take a hit, especially unless it's all managed for you. Martinelli, Bruno. Martinelli has a double, and Bruno looks like a decent pick. You can go for it. If it was a -4, I would do it. Maybe avoid one of those moves and take it a -4 and get Kane, and that's fine. Mahrez to Bruno, I would not do it. Bruno to Mahrez, I would do it. Start Trippier or Shaw? Trippier, in my opinion. Yeah, the Gameweek 22 triple captaincy worked for us. I think 60 points, and that was essentially very good. Give a big green arrow to my team as well. Most of you all would have also refused a good green arrow. Andreas greater than Havertz. Now the problem is that Havertz is getting chances, so I can't drop him. If there is news that Havertz is benched, then I would obviously bench him. But till then, I would take the chance and play Havertz over Andreas. Bruno to Mahrez is something I would do. Martinelli Pereira out for Saka and Mutovan bench Marshall. That can happen, and I think that's a good move. That's an upgrade from Martinelli to Saka, and you get Mitoma as well. What's sends his team in Kepa, Trippier, White, Shaw, Saka, Kevin De Bruyne, Rashford, Bruno, Mitrovic, and Kite Haaland. And I think you should probably save a transfer, because uh, I don't think it's necessary to make the move. Even the Kane move can wait till 21st, so I think save the transfer. You have a set team, you have good people tripling up and double up. Why did you sell Tony? Because I saw him play. I saw Brentford play. Again, he is not getting at the end of chances. He's not looking that good. That is why I sold him. And Chelsea were looking good. Havertz did have his share of chances. Last game week, if you see, Havertz had two big chances involvement. Uh, Fofana could have squared the ball to him. It would have been a tap in. He hit the post. He missed two 1v1 chance. One of them was offside, I think. But again, he had fair share of chances. If he can finish one or two of them, I'm happy, and I'm gaining a lot of rank there. Short Kanji for a -4. Tough one, because Kanji could be dropped in the next three games. I can see him getting benched at least one, so that could be a problem. Bruno plus Botman to De Bruyne plus Walker for a -4. I would do it. I would essentially do it. Martinelli is a sell. Only if you're getting another Arsenal attacker, which is a sideways move, I would do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Best West Ham assets for Game Week 25, probably just Bowen. I think that's the only one who I'm looking at the moment. Let's see if Ings gets enough minutes. Could be an option. Tony also got two yellows. Yeah, he's got eight together, and he could be even like he could get 10 yellows and miss out games in before his double game week. So let's see how it goes and how it pans out. At this point, if I had to compare, I'm looking at Mbuemo instead of Tony in the double game week 27 period when Brentford have a double. But let's see how it fares out. By Grealish or Felix, I think Joe Felix is much better than Grealish this game. Grealish could be an outside punt, but I think just because he has a double, but I don't know if he starts. So up to you. And going ahead in the future as well, Grealish will become a problem in game week 24, 25, 26. Felix probably will start all of them. Martinelli to Saka or Odegaard for minus. So Saka, if you can get. Saka is probably on penalties, he's on set pieces. And yeah, that should stay, and that is why you should get him. We have about 35-40 people watching, guys. Hit the like button. We have about only 7 likes. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We're doing a lot more content in general as well. So please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon as well. We've got to shamelessly plug it in, because you guys keep on not hitting the like button every time you come onto the chat. Has Mudrik cooked? No, I don't think so. Keep Andreas for Game Week 25. Sell someone like Orsic. No, keep. Hands down, keep. Triple captain Haaland this week. If you have it, if you still have the triple captaincy chip left, play it this week on Haaland. Martinelli to Odegaard for free. Is it necessary? It's not necessary. You can hold off. So I don't know. I just feel like Martinelli could score one, but the problem is his minutes. So he has to score in the first 60 minutes, but the game could be cagey for him. And later on, maybe he's subbed off, which is a very likely possibility. That is why it's easier to switch him off, and it is necessary to switch him off. Play Shaw or Johnson. I think Johnson. How to prepare for double game week 25? Only Salah seems a reliable asset unless Jota or Diaz are back. Jota is back for sure. So you have that bandwidth, you have that cushion. And otherwise, Salah is probably a necessary pick that game week. Safest City defender to pick for this double. I think Akanji. Akanji is probably the safest. Bit scared of Ben White. I think, don't worry. I think he starts. If he starts, he'll get subbed around the 60. If he does, it's good for us because that way you're getting a clean sheet, and even if Arsenal concede later in the game, you still get the 6 points. So I'm okay with it. I have Haaland and Keita, Kane, Rashford, Odegaard, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Mitoma. Who to bench? Now that's a tough situation to bench. I wouldn't bench on the front three, so your front three plays Rashford, Odegaard, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Mitoma. I think Mitoma is the one who gets benched in my opinion. Why is the chat so slow today? Should we remove the timer since we have less people on the stream? Wait, let me just put the timer off. Yeah, so we've switched off the timer. There's no slow mo. Triple captain Haaland, yes, 100%. I don't think there's any doubt there. Shaw, Scar, Tony, bench 2, play 1. I would bench Tony out of the 3, play Shaw and Scar. If you have some hopes from Tony, you can bench Shaw, but Scar should start, in my opinion. He should play. Tony, Bruno, or Shaw starting 11. Bruno, 100%. My rank at the moment is 98,000, which is a big green arrow at the moment. Hopefully, with no hits, I will improve this game week. Unless Harry Kane decides to go bizarre, scores 17 points, which I don't catch about, or Odegaard does the same. So let's see. My two rank, like the three players that will hurt my rank the most are Mitrovic, Kane, and Odegaard. Did you save a transfer? Yes, I did. Martinelli Saka for a -4, I would do it. Possibly for a free, for a -4, maybe tricky. Depends on the second transfer you're doing. Shaw or Mitrovic? I would play Mitrovic, hands down. Thoughts on Saliba? He's a good defender, but at that price, you probably want to get Gabriel because you get the attacking threat he possesses. Sancho an asset for the future game week? No, I don't think so. Bench Mitrovic or Mitoma? I think Mitoma bench, Mitrovic start. I really think that Mitrovic could haul this game week. I genuinely am only scared about Hurricane. In fact, I was so scared about Hurricane that I had almost penned down and made a transfer to get in Hurricane this week instead of Bruno, but then had to somehow calm that instinct in me and then not go for Kane because it messes up the plans ahead. So yeah, just worried about Bruno. If Leicester can bring up a masterclass, maybe it's a 1-0 and Kane scores one, I'm fine with it. Even if Kane scores, I hope Havertz or Nketiah matches his score so that I don't drop in rank. That's probably the only thing I want there. We will get Chelsea early news. We're expecting Chelsea early news. Sell Doherty for a -4. Have 3 City, 3 Arsenal. Get Tarkowski. I think that's the best player to get at the moment. He helps you in the future game weeks as well. I have kept a short repair White, Botman, Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno, Odegaard, Rashford, Haaland, Mitrovic, and Keita, and 2.4 million in the bank. What move should I do? With your team, I think you can play a 3-4-3. I don't think you need a move. So yeah, just save the transfer. Yep, absolutely save the transfer. Fernandes to Mahrez is a good move. Fernandes to De Bruyne is a better move, but Fernandes to Mahrez is fine as well. Sell Doherty for -4 to start Andreas. What's your main defender to bring in thinking of Game Week 25? So in 25, I'm thinking of Tarkowski. At this moment, if Bueno is in starting, so if I get news that Bueno will start, I will not make that move. I will make my move in 26 where I get Ben Mee. I think that's a more priority move to me. It kind of depends on what the game state is. Where if I'm wildcarding in 26, 27, 29, I don't know. So it depends. A lot of things depend on when I wildcard and when I free hit. Why is everyone benching Shaw? It's Leeds at Leeds home, so it's United. For United, it's an away game. Leeds do generally do well at home. They do sneak up goals, so one goal here or there, and it could score go against Shaw. On the other hand, Trippier has Bournemouth, which is an easy fixture. White and Akanji have doubles, so you can't probably bench them. Ferguson, Botman, Trippier, who to start? I think Botman, Trippier. Ferguson is injured; he won't play. De Bruyne or Mahrez? De Bruyne, in my opinion. What's the reason for Haaland over Saka, Arsenal attackers for captaincy? I think he's hands down the best player at the moment. Saka is not putting up those numbers. Haaland is. Nketiah is the only one who's matching those numbers, but I don't trust Nketiah with captaincy yet as of now. So that's one reason. The other reason is he's going to be the primary triple captaincy option this game week for most of the people who didn't triple captain last week. So just to negate that effect, I think you should captain him. Is Grealish more nailed than Mahrez? This game week probably, but overall I don't think so. I think Mahrez is still first choice. Grealish will be in minutes risk with Foden coming back. Are we going with triple captain Haaland? You probably should. I triple captain Rashford last week, so I won't go there. Nonto or March who to bench? I think Nonto. Play March. Andreas and Tony to Mahrez and Alvarez for a minus for 2 weeks. Okay, I don't think Alvarez starts so often. It could be a huge risk. City double up or City mid double up or City defense. I think mid. Bruno to De Bruyne, then Salah in 25, or Bruno plus Botman to Kevin De Bruyne plus Walker for a -1 and set and forget about Salah. I think Bruno to De Bruyne and then you can get Salah in 25. I think getting Salah or having a route to Salah is essential in Game Week 25. It's very likely that you will have to get Salah in 25. Would you bring Badishile in with a double game week announced? There is no double game week announced for Chelsea at the moment. They might have a double game week in 29 and depend. It could be Liverpool versus Liverpool as well. So I don't know. Badishile is a good pick all in all because he's not in the Champions League squad. So all in all, he'll start here. But again, I wouldn't jump on him right away. Play Martinelli, Mitro, or Estupinian. I think Martinelli first, second Mitrovic. Views on Rico Lewis. I don't see him starting both games, so I would avoid. Hi Zlatan, start March or Tony? Maybe March. I think Tony with against Arsenal could be tough, so March. Start Shaw or Sufal. I think Shaw. I don't trust Sufal against Chelsea. Chelsea could score in this game, so Shaw. Haaland triple, or does City, Arsenal, or United have other double game weeks? Then I would wait. City does have one more double game week coming up in game week 34 or 37, but that's the double game week you're very likely to use your bench boost. So it doesn't make sense to wait for a triple captaincy. If you are very keen on triple captaining Haaland, this is your week to triple captain him. Take a hit to get Saka and Mitoma or just get Odegaard. I think take a hit to get Saka and Mitoma. Both are good double game week players. But keep in mind that you have only 4 players blanking in 25 with Mitoma in your team so that you can remove someone like a Shaw and then can bench your blank players. Sell Kane and get De Bruyne in, or keep Fernandes and do Martinelli to Odegaard. I think keep Kane this week. I wouldn't jump on. I wouldn't sell Kane to get De Bruyne. So you can keep Bruno and Martinelli to Odegaard can happen. No Kane and no Odegaard for you. Unfortunately, can't. So I have thought about it a lot. I can do it. I have the funds. So I have enough funds. I can do Bruno to Odegaard, or maybe anyone. In fact, Bruno to someone and have it to a Kane. But I don't want to do it. 2 reasons. It messes up completely with my plans ahead in what I've planned for the blank in the future double game weeks. And I don't really see that's worth it. And a -4. So I'm removing good players as well. Still don't want to use triple captain yet, so normal captain Haaland, yeah, that's completely fine, I think, because you'll eventually still get double game weeks going ahead, and Haaland a triple captain Haaland in a single game week can work equally well because he can score 3-4 goals easily in any game week. In fact, triple captain De Bruyne, I wouldn't do it. Do I bring Patterson for double game week 25 or he won't play? We don't know as of now. So he's fit. That's a good news. But the problem is that Coleman could continue playing. So I wouldn't take a risk of getting him now. Martinelli to Saka or save a transfer. I think do it. Will Bueno get minutes in the future? Yes, we're expecting Bueno to get minutes depending on how Wolves decide to play tactically. Play Mitoma or Mitrovic. Mitrovic, in my opinion, DCL out. Yes, he's out. He's injured again. Play Almiron or Shaw Almiron. And my overall rank is about 98,000. 98, some 97 point something, so it's in the 98,000 essentially. Is Wolves a good defense for gaming 25? They don't have any CA, they don't have clean sheet away, and both fixtures are away. I don't think Wolves defense in general is investable. Don't really jump on. If you have Bueno, stick to it because you already have him. If you have someone if you're looking to buy someone, I don't think Kilman is the option. Tarkowski is the better option. He has goal threat and clean sheet potential both. Mitoma is 100% overperforming, but it's kind of the form and it's the run. So get it as soon as you can. Get it till it lasts. Bruno to Mares for a -4, I would do it. Martinelli to Odegaard for a free or save. I would take the chance and make the move. Should I triple captain Haaland this week? Yes, 100%. Alright, guys, we're about 50 people and just 18 likes. So please hit the like button. At least take it till 40. It really pushes our content to other people. It's getting tough. The deadline is almost there, so 20 minutes. Why don't you share your team name, brother, or start a mini league? We have a mini league in terms of that. I have the FPLTIPS YouTube mini league, which we started earlier in the season. So if you've been following us, you can find the link or the code in the earlier video somewhere. So yeah, if you want to join that, it's free to join and people can. It was in the description for a while, in fact, for 3-4 deadline streams. But yeah, and the best part that I got happy about was that I had a red arrow in that mini league. That means most of our members had a great game week. That in despite me scoring 101, so That explains a lot. Mitrovic, Botman, or Shaw who to bench? I think Shaw. Thoughts on Sarabia? He's a great pick. Looks like a great asset, but the problem is I don't trust Wolves a lot. So they haven't been putting up good numbers. They don't look good in general. I mean, they look great against Liverpool, but at this point, every team looks good against Liverpool. So I don't really trust them. Give them more time and then just monitor for the next two game weeks and then jump on them, especially Sarabia. If I had to go someone from that Wolves attack, it's only Sarabia. Start Ward or Keylor Navas. I think Ward. I would trust Ward. Actually, none of them. You expect both to concede goals. Maybe Navas because Nottingham have shown some resilience in terms of defense, but I can expect both of them to concede. Trippier and Martinelli for Tarkowski. I think he means Tarkowski and Saka for a -4 or just Odegaard for free. I think hold Trippier. There's no way you should sell him. Start Mitoma or Shaw. Mitoma. Thoughts on James and Poro in the future game week? I think Poro could be an option depending on how he plays, when he plays, and how many minutes he plays. James at the moment is completely avoid. Play Mudrik over Mitrovic? Absolutely not. Play Mitrovic. Martinelli and Tony for Odegaard and Nketiah. You you should for Odegaard and Nketiah. Hands down, you should. Start Ben White or Shaw? Ben White. Hope Newcastle drops point again. I don't. I think it will be tough to drop points against Bournemouth. So yeah. Have De Bruyne, Mahrez, Martinelli, Rashford, Mitrovic, Kane, Haaland. Should I just do Mitrovic to Nketiah or Kane to Nketiah and Mahrez slash Martinelli to Saka? I think Mitrovic to Nketiah. That's the move. Hold Kane. If you can hold Kane, I would absolutely hold Kane. Almiron replacement is either Mitoma or you can then upgrade to someone like Odegaard if you don't have three Arsenals. Basically, essentially get City or Arsenal, the third City or Arsenal player. Otherwise, just hold Almiron. If you want to go Mitoma, that's the only option available then. Shaw to Gabriel for a -4 or Fernandes to Odegaard for a -4. I think Fernandes to Odegaard. Start Mitoma or Shaw. I think Mitoma. Parth says Doherty to Akanji and Martinelli to Odegaard for a -4 or Fernandes to De Bruyne, Mahrez to Mitoma. I think the first option with Doherty out is better. Harshit, I will. Yes, I will try to. There would be. It could take time, but I will try to check and send you the league code and you can join the league. Have got Shaw and March on the bench. Should I be worried? No, I don't think you should. Two free transfers this week. Replace Martinelli with Saka 100%. Start Shaw or Mitrovic. I think Mitrovic. Play Tony or Pereira. Tony versus Pereira is actually tough. I would start Pereira. I would start Andreas Pereira or Tony. Adnan says Martinelli and Tony for Odegaard and Nketiah for -4 or Martinelli, Tony, Bruno to Saka, Mahrez and Nketiah for -8. -8 might work. I think -8 is the move there. Mitrovic plus Martinelli to Nketiah plus Grealish for a -8. I wouldn't do it. I think only Mitrovic to Nketiah, that's the only move I would look at. If you can't make that move directly, I would rethink my moves. But Grealish again for a -8 is too much. Bruno to Mahrez for a -4 worth it, I think yes. Because he has double game week, he will play more fixtures. I think that works out. Harshit won't be able to check my Instagram DMs right now on the stream, but you can send in your team in the chat and then we can look at it. Odegaard or Nketiah for differential captain. Nketiah is the man for the differential captaincy, but again, it will be really, really tough to compete against Haaland this game week. We'll let you know if there's any team news. I'm checking it on my phone as much as I can, but as of now, there's no team news. A lot of people going double Arsenal attack, which might not work out. I think it's better just because the goals are so spread this game week. The number of goals could be less as well. So maybe don't really rip apart your team for that. Hi Varun. Yeah, you probably missed the entire live stream, but nothing really. We're just discussing about majorly about the benching dilemmas we have this game week and Martinelli to someone this game week, most likely. Bruno to Saka is a good move. I would do it. Again, guys, we're still on 26 likes. Please hit the like button. Make it at least go till 40 likes. I think we even might able to wrap this stream earlier than usual because yeah, that's a possibility. We if there's no news, if I get confirmation that there is going to be no news, then I think we can wrap up the stream because we've covered most of it today. Why did you pick Kevin De Bruyne over Mahrez? I thought he'll be more needed, and that is why. Is triple Arsenal attack better, or should we at least have one defensive long term? If you already had Gabriel, that's better because. But going into game week 23 and 25, given the fact that two doubles, maybe the attack could pay off. And they've shown more cracks in the defense than attack. Could Mahrez get benched for one game? I think yes. No, Arun, you did not miss anything, so it's all good. No team news as well till now. We are there. I think that's it. In my team as well, I don't think there's anything to change. Even if I look at it, Kepa seems nailed. Trippier, White, Akanji seems good. Rashford, Saka, De Bruyne, Bruno. I think I wanted to change Bruno, but I already have three Arsenal and three City. I have nobody to change it to. I can look at probably someone like a Kulusevski, but it makes no sense in my opinion. So just let it go. I think save a transfer and plan it better next week. Melon says Kepa, Watt, Shaw, Trippier, Botman, Bueno, Bruno, Rashford, De Bruyne, Martinelli, Andreas, Greenwood, Haaland, and Ketia. If you have so much money in the bank, make two moves. Bruno to you already have De Bruyne as well, so I think Martinelli to Saka and save the other one. Yeah, that's about it. Play two of Pereira, Tony, Shaw, and Botman. I think Botman and Pereira. Any Brentford players? No, absolutely. I don't think that's worth it. Hi, Sachi. I hope Felix does wonders for footballing wise. Look good on the debut. I don't know if he's starting. It could be interesting to see if we line up in a front two, but I am not. I'm very unsure that's gonna happen. We might play him in that. I wouldn't be surprised if Mount is dropped from this game. We can we play Felix or Havertz in the number 10. I just hope that Havertz isn't dropped because I've got him after so long. And it is also bad watching him play alongside the fact that I'm a Chelsea fan. Trippier, Estupinian, Luis Tarkowski in pick three, and Nico Williams pick three. I think Estupinian, Trippier, and probably Tarkowski. Best defender this week. Best defense, I think, is still City, given the fact that they play two fixtures, and one of them is Aston Villa. Bruno De Bruyne for -4, I would do it. 4.5 million defender to remove Botman. I think Tarkowski is the only one looking at game week 25. Should I start Reece James or Shaw? Start Shaw. You know that he'll play at least 90 minutes. With James, I don't know if he'll play over 60 minutes, and that's the problem because he will get subbed off around the between 50 to 65. So it could be 58, it could be 61, and that's not worth the risk in my opinion. Akanji or Ake, I think Akanji. He will play Sachi. I think he will play as a fluid line. I don't know. That's the problem. In the fluid line, he was very on the right wing. We need that. Maybe we need probably someone in the half space or dropping deep to link up more. When's Foden back? He's back. I think he's trained Thursday. He's trained on Friday, so he's back. He's not fit enough for the first game, I think, or maybe he is. We don't know, but he's back in training for sure. Will Walker start both games? I doubt. It could be a back three in the first game, and in the back four, I think against Arsenal he start. Mahrez is still a decent option going ahead. I did -4 and Anthony Martinelli out for Saka and Mahrez. Should I take a minus at Zinchenko to Gabriel? No, I don't think so. You should. Rico has got 90 minutes with Tottenham. Do you seriously think he won't start both games? Yeah, I seriously think because it's a tactical change. I don't think he'll start both games. Against Arsenal, I barely think he'll start. Against Villa, he will. Martinelli to Odegaard or Saka. I think Saka if you can afford Mahrez to or Odegaard. If you had to pick one, I would pick Odegaard because he's more long term. With Mahrez, I know he'll get benched in the future game weeks, and that's not something you want with your team. Akanji likely to start both game weeks. Depending on Diaz's fitness and Laporte's fitness, I think Akanji is still very nailed to start. Why De Bruyne over Mahrez? I expect De Bruyne to start all games going ahead. De Bruyne or Odegaard, vice captain De Bruyne in my opinion. By Salah for Bruno, Salah Mahrez greater than Mahrez long term. Not this game week. Not this game week for sure. Best forwards under 6.5 at this point of the game under 6.5. Maybe just Johnson. I think Johnson is the only one who's doing decent and it looks good at the moment. Shaw to White for a -4, I wouldn't do it. Mahrez to start, bro. I think he'll start at least one, and he'll start the second one. He could come off early, or he could play 30 minutes in that game, but he should be starting most of them, both of them, in fact. Triple captain Haaland 100%. If you have him, please triple captain him if you still have the chip left. We have about 12 minutes left. Let's see if we get any news. Felix wasn't available last week, and I had to make a move last week, not this week. So I made the move, and I have Havertz in the team. And to be honest and fair, Havertz has had its chances. I'm not very sad about the move I made. I made the right call. It's just that I was very unlucky with the outcome. Havertz hands down had two big chances and he hit the post as well. So one, if Fofana passed it, it would have been a goal. Really 50-50 calls there, and I would have, like, instead of a 2 pointer, I would have been sitting on a 15 pointer, and that would have been the difference. Bench Shaw or Botman? Shaw, Liverpool defender, avoid. Completely avoid Liverpool at this point. Bruno to Odegaard and Martinelli to Saka, or Mitrovic to Nketiah and Martinelli to Saka. I think Mitrovic and Martinelli to I think that's the better move. Even if you go Bruno to Saka and Martinelli. Actually, you're going the same way. Bruno and Martinelli to Saka and Odegaard. That could work as well. Given given the thought that Mitrovic will play Gaming 25. That's the only thought. Would you do White to Kanji, Fernandes to Odegaard, and Andreas to Saka for -4, or Bruno and Andreas to Saka and Mahrez? Bruno and Andreas to Saka and Mahrez. Harshit won't be able to send you the league code before the stream ends. You will probably only able to join this the league post the stream ends, which is post this game week. So game week 24, probably we will see you in the YouTube league. Will Martinelli start? He will start one, so that's for sure. But we don't know if he'll start two. That's the problem with him. Not safe triple captain for later double game week, says Abhishek, and use this week. I think yes. If you're planning to use your triple captain on Haaland, this is the game week. Although if you're someone who's okay triple captaining someone like a Mitoma or a Tony, or maybe just an Arsenal asset going ahead in the double game week or Salah, then it's fine. Then you can hold on. But probably for Haaland, this is the last chance. Martinelli to Odegaard for a -4. I wouldn't do it for a hit. Honestly, I would save it for a hit. To no news as of now as well. So trying to find news, but absolutely no news. Bruno to Mahrez and Walker to Tarkowski for two free transfers. Already have De Bruyne and Saka. I would do it. I think those are good two long-term moves, and you're getting a double game week player as well. Tony or Che Adams? Tony. I think Che Adams is absolutely nowhere. Martinelli to Odegaard for a free transfer. I would do it. I would hands down do it. Nico Williams or Ashley Young start. Ashley Young. I don't think either matters a lot, but Ashley Young if I had to. Triple captain Haaland hands down. Yes. White and Tony to Ake and Nketiah. Already have triple Arsenal and feel like I need Nketiah. Yes, hands down. Go there. If it's for a free, hands down. Even if it's a -4, I think it's a good -4. Are there more double game weeks in future? Yes, Kushagra. We've mentioned a post where all the potential double game weeks are put out. So there is going to be double game week in 27, 29, possibly a smaller double game week in 33, a big double game week in 34, a big double game week in 37, maybe a smaller double game week in 35. Saka and Mahrez for Andreas and Martinelli, or Odegaard instead of Saka. I think Saka and Mahrez. Akshay sent in his team. Should I take a hit for a city defender? No, absolutely not. Will Martinelli play? Yes, he will. I think he will. I think he'll play both the games, but he'll play restricted minutes. That's my problem. Should I get Saka slash Neko Williams for Shaw slash Martinelli for a -4? If you're not playing Neko Williams, it's fine, but keep that in mind. Get someone like a Tarkowski or maybe Patterson or Bueno, at least who has a fixture in game week 25, and will for sure play. Neko Williams, I don't know if he'll for sure play, and also an easy fixture. Captain Nkita Brentford will be an amazing feast for him. I think Captain Nkita is too much of a stretch, but if you still want to captain, it's not a bad idea. Don't want to use Haaland triple captain this game. Will there be more in future? For Haaland, no, absolutely not. Where you can probably, if you change your bench boost strategy, yes. Otherwise, most likely you'll be bench boosting in that game week and not triple captaining. Sell Martinelli or Bruno. As a priority, Bruno because he doesn't have a double game week. Is Ramsdale good keeper choice? Yes, he is okay and he's decent. I think. Yeah. Which double game week player should I pick in this week? I have free transfer. You should probably prioritize De Bruyne and someone from Arsenal, which could be Saka or Nketiah. I think those three are probably priority players. So yeah, I have tried with looking for more news, but as of now, absolutely no news. There's silence. Triple captain Haaland. If I have the chip, yes, I think you should. Is it okay to start Andreas over Shaw? 100%. Yeah, there's no difference in teams as well. I'm trying to find any news. Triple captain Haaland. If I have the chip, yes, again, yes, Manish, you should. About 5 minutes left. I have absolutely no news as of now. It's making me nervous as well because I need to know if Havertz is starting. If not, I will bench him for Andreas. Tarkowski or Lewis? Lewis having the double game week. I would take a chance on Lewis, but I don't expect him to start both the games. I think take a chance on Lewis only because of the fact that he'll play the Aston Villa game, where there's a higher chance of a clean sheet for him. Who to put in bench first? Shaw, Bueno, and Diaz. I think Andreas first. Mares or Haaland captain? Haaland. Has Odegaard come up to join the attack, or does he play more deep? So in the last two games, he's been more deeper, and Zaka has been put in ahead and making more runs. This is the data from the last two games. Before that, for a large period, in fact, for the last 8, 10 gamings before that, he was very much high up the pitch. So I think it's not much. It's probably game state and the opposition dependent strategy. I think Odegaard will come into the attack as usual. White to Arsenal but for a -4 worth it. I think it is eventually. For now till 25 it will work out. Harris will probably start. You don't need to stress. I think he will. He should ideally, but don't know. Can't really trust Graham Potter with the team selection. If you have Havertz and Cucurella both Kushagar, I think sell Cucurella, hold Havertz if you can. If you don't have Nkita, Havertz to Nkita is a hands down move. Don't overthink it. I have Trippier, Almiron, Shaw, Rashford blanking 25. Should I make a move for Shaw to White this game week and then make a transfer accordingly for the blank game week, or use a chip in 25? I think make the use of your transfers. Maybe Almiron to someone can happen. Otherwise, Shaw to White is probably the easiest one you can make. Will Martinelli start against Brentford? I think he will. Yes, 100% he will. Still no news. Still no news from anywhere. In fact, there's radio silence on Twitter. It feels like the deadline has passed through already. There's silence everywhere. There's silence on Instagram. There's radio silence on Twitter. Bruno to Mahrez, I would do it. Martinelli start, yes. Will White start both games? I think he will. White, Andreas, Akanji to Akanji Saka, I would do it. Start Mitoma or Almiron. I think Mitoma, hands down, the player in form. Mitoma. I don't think we have more news. Okay, make sure you set your teams and refresh your teams and put your put your captaincy, and that's it. That's about it. I think we have no news, and we will have to go ahead with this. Start Mitoma or Almiron. Mitoma. True FPL moment of Martinelli outscores Odegaard and Saka. I totally expect that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And Martinelli could benefit only on the counter, and that is very likely a possibility. But the problem is his minutes, and that is why Nobody is really willing to take the chance. Start Shaw or Botman. Botman. Okay, Gautam, I'll check if the Kofi thing can happen with the Indian cards. I don't think there's any other option. I'll fix that. Should be an option. There should be an option there. If not, we'll figure it out. No problem. And irrespectively, thank you. Thanks a lot for considering the tip and the donation and in general to help us out, monetary wise as well. Thanks a lot. Start Almiron or Shaw Almiron, I think. I think Almiron, given the fact that Bournemouth are very weak on that flank, over Shaw, I would play him. Is there any other news possible? So 2 minutes left. We have no news till now. No news. Absolute radio silence. Still no news, so I don't think we'll get news. Yeah. Start Shaw Scar. Yep, about it. I think we have no more news, and that's about it. Triple captain Haaland, yes or no? Yes, 100% yes. Start Mitoma or Bruno? Bruno, in my opinion. Dunk or Shaw, who to bench? Dunk? Yeah, I think Dunk. Yep, that's about it. That's deadline, I think, guys. We are 20 seconds away from the deadline. I don't think any news will be helpful right now. So yeah, we wrap it up. We start with Haaland. Haaland, hopefully he starts, and that's the only hope we have in life at the moment. I'm planning maybe to do a Chelsea versus West Ham preview, or maybe a post match review, and let's do a let me let me know if you guys are interested in this. So comment down below, let me know in the chat. It is deadline, by the way. It is 4:30, so that is past. Let me know if you want a post match analysis or review on the Chelsea versus West Ham, and then we could do a pre match sort of a thing for the 8:30 fixtures. But irrespectively, we will be doing game week coverage overall. So yeah, if you haven't checked out our latest content that we're putting out on our channel, do check it out. I've put out some interesting analysis, pre-match analysis on Arsenal versus City, some post-match analysis on City and Chelsea. So yeah, do check it out. And if you like our content, please hit the like button. And in case you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for joining. This is FPL Tips signing off. Cheers.